What's up, Frank?
What's up, Mike? How you doing, man?
Just trying to survive out here in Illinois, man.
Oh, yeah. It's going crazy over in Illinois, from what I hear.
Ooh, things are getting hot. Things are getting hot.
Oh.
I'm not talking about the weather. We're having very beautiful, cool weather. Their narrative of climate change totally failing.
Maybe the most epic failure of a narrative I've ever seen unfold in my lifetime.
We had one hurricane, and the Republican governor handled it well.
That's right.
No really bad heat. Nothing, I don't know. Guess there's a couple of droughts, but those are in deserts.
Yeah, you can't complain if you're getting a drought action, in the desert. It's kind of
Las Vegas. You built a city in the desert.
That's right.
You cannot find a drier spot in America.
This is true, and it doesn't, you can't just hope for the best by building a city on rock and roll. It doesn't work that way, all right? No matter what the song tries to tell you.
The song is very misleading.
You can't just build a city on rock and roll.
You also need water.
You need a little water. A little law and order.
I would say water might be equally as important as the rock and roll.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe build this city on water and rock and roll.
And rock and roll. Yeah, it doesn't have the same, ring to it, but it's not as catchy, but, it works.
We built this city on water, sewer, and rock and roll.
Water, law and order, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
You need a little law and order.
L.A., they're like, oh my God, there's droughts in Southern California. You mean the place where you've been shipping water for fucking 3 decades to sustain the growth? Like, I can't believe it. Right?
That's right.
Sometimes I watch the news and I'm like, am I the only one not surprised?
Well, we've siphoned all this water to all these different places, and now they're freaking out about places like Arizona. Well, I don't know if you guys know this. And they're pissed off because Colorado and other states that have access to some water are like kind of putting the kibosh on sharing it now. I mean, dude, you guys are having some water war action going on in the Great Lakes. Illinois is fighting for essentially the rights.
They're trying to build a pipeline.
Is it called Nord Stream 3? Because you guys better watch out. The United States might bomb that shit.
It's called Build Back Better Pipeline. We're just going to steal water from Lake Michigan and send it to these places so that hopefully they get our votes.
I'm pretty sure you guys are fighting over the rights to Lake Michigan water. I think that's what's going on in the Great Lake area. And then there are landlocked places that claim that, they should have some right or access to it, like Iowa and stuff like that. But
well, this one blew my dude. I read the news about the Colorado River.
Right.
They were like, yeah, we might have to cut off supply to nine states. Why are so many states getting water from this? How far are you guys transporting this water? You know what I mean? Like, maybe we need to...
No, it's a great call, dude. And honestly, I believe, whoever smelt it, dealt it, and naming rights, Colorado River, hey, sorry, guys, it belongs to Colorado. Playground rules.
Playground rules, yeah. I pissed in this river. It's mine.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, man. So, Illinois, I gotta say, Mike, I didn't know the governor situation was such a hot ticket in town right now.
Man, I know I just dropped a whole hour debate on you that you probably didn't care about, but wasn't that interesting to watch?
I would say no, but I definitely enjoyed some.
All right. Maybe just because I live in Illinois.
Well, what I find funny about it is how hotly contested it is and how heated they are towards each other. And there was a lot of name calling going on, which is pretty funny.
You know what I got the most out of it? Was, Adam Carolla always talks about the lion sleeping in the Serengeti.
Right, yeah.
J.B. Pritzker wasn't even debating.
No.
He knows he's going to win.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting.
I agree.
This guy, his opponent, is literally laughing at his answers because they're just they're jokes.
Absolutely.
His answer to all the questions, it's a fucking joke. You raised the budgets for state police. His answer to the high crime is that he's been doing everything he can because he built a lab. Nobody gives a fuck about your stupid fucking lab. You guys aren't locking anybody up, and crime is running rampant. Right?
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there like, I built this lab, I did this. Listen, people, we balanced the budget. His one answer to everything was he balanced the Illinois budget. The only reason you balance the Illinois budget and have a surplus is because you guys used a fucking pandemic to funnel federal money into your fucking state, into your state budgets.
Absolutely.
They're using COVID funds to cover their deficits.
Yeah. 100%.
And they're calling it a surplus. And that's going to win them this fucking election. And this guy has...
No, you're right on the money. For a guy of Pritzker's size and weight, he sure was sweating very little. Considering how poorly his record is showing for, crime rates in Chicago and the economy, I would say the guy should be sweating, and he wasn't. And for a man that size, you're right. He's the lion in the Serengeti. He has no reason to be worried.
Did you hear the questions they were asking him?
Yeah, I heard a few of them.
It was literally like, J.B. Pritzker, why have you done such a great job over 4 years? Great. Thank you very much. Senator Bailey, why are you such a piece of shit and you only have 30 seconds, 4 words, go. What? Senator, please stay on topic. It was unbelievable.
For anyone who isn't familiar with what we're talking about, there was a debate in, was it in Chicago? I think they held it.
No, I think this one was in
Springfield, yeah.
No, this one was in Champaign.
Champaign, that's right. They are, there's a governor race going on this year, and Pritzker, J.B. Pritzker, seems like he's got it locked down. I would say.
Yeah, because Illinois is going to go. All the Republicans that could left, so.
That's right. Yeah.
Now you got nothing but Democrats left to vote.
Mike, the production team never lets us down. We got a little news clip action on what's unfolding here in Illinois.
Now to campaign 2022 and 33 days until the midterms. Tonight, the first in-person gubernatorial debate between Governor J.B. Pritzker and GOP challenger Darren Bailey.
The candidates sparred on crime, abortion, taxes, and more. CBS 2's Marissa Perlman live at Illinois State University. That was the site of tonight's debate. Marissa?
Well, Joe, Erica, we heard name calling. The theme of this debate was the word liar, reflective of the highly critical campaign both of these candidates have been carrying on for months now. And nothing was off the table. That includes the topic of violence and changes to the Safety Act, something Governor Pritzker says he's only calling for clarifications on.
If you want to reduce crime, you got to solve crime. You got to do what I've done, which is to increase the number of state police, build state-of-the-art crime labs, make sure that we're funding violence prevention and youth summer jobs programs, and, of course, funding mental health and substance abuse treatment.
The Safety Act must be repealed because it lets violent criminals and murderers out of jail before trial. Now, Governor Pritzker could have proposed bail reform for nonviolent criminals. I would have supported that, but he didn't.
Now, abortion may be the most divisive topic of this campaign season. We talked to students here in Bloomington about that. Some of them first-time voters, many calling to hear about an abortion ban from both of these candidates.
I think the law that we have in place now, which I signed into place, that protects a woman's right to choose, is what we should keep in place.
Illinois has the most permissive abortion laws in the nation. Nothing's going to change when I'm governor. I couldn't change them if I could.
Now, that's not exactly true for Bailey on his point. The Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, and now governors in many red states have been setting up their own abortion restrictions. In the meantime, Bailey put the governor on the spot, asking him big question tonight.
That's just so misleading.
It's very misleading.
Because they put it back. There's no way he can do that here. Even in Kansas, they couldn't do it.
Exactly.
Right? Like, there's no way he would need the state legislature to...
What has been the argument since day one? Folks, what they did with Roe v. Wade is they put the power in the hands of the people.
It's going to be a net gain for the pro-choice people.
Yes, they're all going to get what they wanted. Look, instead of having 7 dusty fucking pieces of chalk in robes decide the fate of abortion in this country, it's up to you, the voter. Go vote on it. Decide what you want.
Which is how it should be.
It's this crazy thing called democracy, man. We've been trying it out for a while now. It kind of works.
Worked for a couple centuries now.
That's right, dude. That's what, dude. The fact that Democrats are running on abortion, it's mind-boggling to me. You're running on the Constitution? Okay, cool.
I mean, yeah, abortion. Well, that's why, you asked, is this really the biggest topic of Illinois? This, what the fuck is that thing called?
Roe v. Wade?
The Safety Act?
You talking about the safety dance?
Yeah, the Safety Act, I think, is the number one topic because crime is unbelievable right now.
Right. Tell me more about your safety bill.
You can dance if you want to.
I'm listening. Explain your safety dance.
We will dance if you want to, but can we leave Lori behind?
Yes. Yes. So. Yeah. So we have the safety bill. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's where they're. So what he was saying is I don't think anybody's opposed to bail reform.
Right.
Or like, you get caught smoking a little weed or something, you're drunk in public, whatever. Sign and go home. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, I don't know. These guys are just getting rid of cash bail.
Right.
So for fucking everything up to like second-degree murder, you just sign on a piece of paper promising that you'll return for court, and then you go home. And you're like, all right, well, maybe they're going to put an ankle monitor on them. Yeah, but also included in the safety bill is you could be, you have to be outside the perimeter for 48 hours before they'll come get you.
Wow.
So you're going to have people on trial for second-degree murder who can disappear for 48 hours at a time, and nobody's keeping track of them.
And this is the safety dance? I mean, Bill? Yeah! No, I'm just don't worry that.
You won't have to leave your friends behind. They're all going to leave.
They all leave
They're all
with
gonna
you.
leave Chicago.
Yeah, we all. That's right.
I just heard a crazy stat. The Magic Mile, Magnificent Mile, whatever, Michigan Avenue.
The Magnificent Mile, yeah, right.
29% vacancy.
Whoa.
That's insane.
They're going to start calling it the Detroit Mile pretty soon, Mike.
The Magnificent 8 Mile.
Yes. Oh, wow. Hey-o. Yeah.
Something about mom spaghetti.
There is a mom spaghetti restaurant, I believe, that Eminem owns.
Well, if it's on Magic Mile, it's boarded up.
That's right, dude. Well, they should open one up there, man. Bring a taste of Detroit.
We already got the crime.
It already looks like it, right? Yeah.
We already got in your attempt to make it diverse, it's no longer diverse. There's no white people.
How do the Democrats like Pritzker or Lightfoot's run on anything when what they've done the previous few years here has... I would argue they've destroyed Chicago, like, almost irreparably. Like, all jokes aside, it almost is the new Detroit.
I mean, compared to where we were 4 years ago.
Yeah.
When I started in 2019, right?
Sure.
I was doing drains. And I remember, dude, you started going into neighborhoods where you couldn't believe the people that were living here.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, this place is gentrifying quick.
Right.
It was like you could literally see the line moving in real time. That's how fast it was happening, right?
Yeah.
And then COVID happened, and that line just went so far back. We're at like 1990 Chicago.
People are praying for some gentrification at this point.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's kind of a double whammy with the crime and the fentanyl drug use. I think you kind of, they really piled it on. And then now, man, I mean, the economy is crashing. Everything is just, price-wise is going to soar through the roof.
The unemployment's going to take off soon.
It really is. Well, that OPEC signing is going to have some massive consequences down the line, maybe even immediately, right? You already said gas is hitting the $6 mark. Is that correct?
Well, in California, they're at like $6-7. I know over here we're over $5.
Like California
in the city.
is literally another country. I've decided they have their own rules, their own laws.
Yeah, did you see that? Stupid Gavin Newsom is like, guys, the oil companies ripping us off, and the oil companies are like, well, you guys are requiring a special blend that nobody else does.
I know. Dude.
It's like, like, whose side do you think I'm on? Like, any rational person should look at that story and just be like, okay, that's what's wrong with Democrat policies.
Also, Mike, Gavin just decided to no longer allow the sale of gas cars at in 5-10 years, whatever the year is. Anyone wanting to build a new car dealership, you're going to build it right on the border of California.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
In any other state that borders it.
Oh, you can't buy real estate in Nevada anymore, right on that border.
Yeah, so, yeah, you get what borders California at this point? I have no idea. But you want to kind of get those outskirts, right?
It's Nevada, right?
Set yourself up a little used car dealership or new and just sell away some gas guzzlers, man.
That's never going to pass, man. When you get close to that date, they're just going to get rid of it without anybody knowing.
I think they're actually going to strap Gavin Newsom to a Tesla and put him on one of those Falcon rockets, and he's going to be the next spacesuit guy in the Tesla floating out to Mars.
We'll see if 5Gs can mess up that hair.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, Gavin is no kidding though. California, when I think about it, like we even talk about visiting some places, and we're like, California's just too fucked up. We can't go there.
Absolutely.
We're constantly thinking of other places. It's a whole nother universe. I don't know how people do it, man. The taxes, the property taxes, the specific laws. Like, have you ordered stuff online and it says you can order this everywhere except California, where they have like law A2B that says you can't have this plastic in your house? It's like, holy shit, man! I would hate to live in that place.
Dude, we're the same way. I can't order ammunition.
Really?
If I order ammunition because I live in Cook County.
Yeah.
In Cook County, you have to have it shipped to a gun supply, to a store.
Wow.
Or a dealer, and then they could give it to you. And then obviously they charge their fees.
Wow,
it's
thank
the same
God.
thing with like guns. I can't order a gun online. I have to,
Well, Mike,
I used to be able to do it when I lived in DuPage County.
Okay.
20 minutes away. Isn't that crazy?
So do all the fellas down in the South Side follow this ordering of ammunition rule?
Oh, I mean, no. I don't know where they get their ammunition. Probably from Indiana.
So who are we stopping with these rules?
Me.
These laws, yeah.
You're stopping me and all the fucking people that just want some ammo to go to the range once in a while.
And defend his property from BLM riots next summer. Or whenever they plan them next.
From the assholes that you guys refuse to lock up.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Just trying to...
Oh, dude, I'm so glad I thought about this. I brought this up a few weeks ago. Remember how we were talking and I was telling you that it was like you go to the north side and that's where they're certain neighborhoods that it's like overwhelming parking tickets, stop sign tickets. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They're just enforcing all these fucking like little rules, right?
Yeah.
It just came out that they overwhelmingly distributed parking tickets in these white neighborhoods.
I wonder why that is.
Because we pay.
That's exactly why.
So they have like almost double per square mile or whatever the people working certain areas.
Absolutely, man.
It's insane.
Oh. They know where to get their cash from.
I was on the west side the other day, and I went to go pay for the parking, and the machine didn't even work. That's how little they care.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you best be quick. Get in and out, fella. That's what they're saying. Listen here, sir. Don't waste your time putting money in that meter. Do your business and get out of here.
It's terrible.
And that's living in Pritzker's state, right? That's how good it is.
I can't believe. What's so sad is everybody says that everybody's predicting he's going to win and Lori Lightfoot's going to win again.
Whoa, Beetlejuice back again? There's no way.
Yeah. Oh, and you didn't get it from I don't know if you watched the whole Illinois thing, but did you see where Bailey pulled out the form and asked if Pritzker would sign if he would stay the entire term?
I did. It might be. We still have a little bit left on the clip if you want to hit it. It might be on there if you want to.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, I think they toss it in. By the way,
sorry for everybody that doesn't live in Illinois, but
I know this is riveting to all our fans out there in the UK. But
just know if it's happening here, it's coming to you. It is coming to you. Gay marriage started in, you know what I mean? Everything starts in Chicago. Well, it doesn't start in Chicago, but it starts on the coast, and then once it gets to Chicago, that's it. Now it's coming to your small towns and your fucking red states.
I didn't realize this was such a huge topic in this race, but there is a lot of smoke about how Pritzker may jump ship mid-term and do a little run for president.
Yep, he's going to, man, I'm telling you.
Well, then, maybe he shouldn't run for governor, right?
Yeah, but what if he loses? Got something to fall back on, right?
That's right. Okay, I dig it. Well, I think that's what this guy's bringing up, so we'll check out where this goes.
You don't become a billionaire without hedging your bets, Frank.
That's smart guy. All right.
Yeah.
And Governor Pritzker, I want to ask you if you're interested in signing that same pledge to commit that you won't run for another office while you are governor. And a matter of fact, I have the pledge right here.
I intend to serve 4 years more as governor and get reelected, and I intend to support the president. He's running for reelection.
Now, Governor Pritzker took a few questions after the debate. Darren Bailey did not. Pritzker was asked whether he would run for president as he was walking out, but he declined to answer. Now, this is just one of two matchups between these two candidates before the November 8th election.
All right. Yeah. So they still have a couple more to go. I'm excited to catch those.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, but it is pretty exciting that the polls aren't, it's still kind of a close race.
Yeah, well, like I've said before, Mike, there's two factors. Number one, I think the mandates and whether or not you supported them or how harshly you inflicted them on your populace, that's what's driving voters to the polls this year, or to the voting booth, if you will. And I'd say that what's kind of confusing the pollsters right now, we've both agreed on, is the fact that a month ago or so, Joe Biden went on national TV and did his, Hitler Youth speech with that red backdrop, accusing half the country, of being an extremist terrorist if you vote for Trump. So, of course everyone's going to say, no, I'm voting for Biden.
It's no different than Putin saying, "No, we called everybody in Donbass. And they said they want to be part of Russia.
They like Russia. It's shocking. They all love Russia. It's crazy.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah." So I'm kind of getting a little vibe here, and this could be across the board.
It wasn't just the speech, dude. It was like they raided the former president. Then they raided like 40 random people that just supported him.
My Pillow guy.
My Pillow guy. Right? Yeah, and then they call everybody. They're like, "So you support Trump?" No,
not me. Never even heard of the guy. I voted for Lieberstein. What was the guy's name? Joe Lieberman.
Trump? Never heard of him. No. That's so good.
The steak guy? I don't know. Barely know him.
I'm still standing with her.
Yeah, you put your pussy hat on, No. You kidding me?
If it's not her, then I want Bernie. Yeah? I'm either standing with her or feeling the burn, whichever you want. I don't know. Tell you what, you stand with her too long, you will feel the burn.
Hey, yes! Yes!
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, man. That is it. That's why the polls are the way they are.
I really do think that it's not like right there. You don't need any other explanation for why like it's going to be a red wave. I think here in Colorado it's going to go a little reddish. I can't really say for sure what happens with the governor race. You were asking me about sending you something about the debates here. Not fun, not interesting. Didn't have the same fire that Pritzker and company were bringing to the.
I thought this one just
Illinois
really summed up the national politics, where it's like the guy on the right is just coming at you with logic, and the guy on the left is like, "No, we have this fairy tale plan, and I know it hasn't worked. No, actually, everything's a disaster, but we're on the right track. Come on, fuck this guy." You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
Well, ultimately, Mike, I do believe it's going to come down to what's going on in the economy, and they just can't hide it. And I think everything they tried to time out just misfired miserably here. And I got a little action on where the economy stands, and I don't think it's looking too bright for the Democrats heading into the midterms here.
You don't say.
We turn now to what's next for the economy. Gas prices are again on the rise, and investors are dealing with another Wall Street sell-off. ABC's Deirdre Bolton here now to break it all down and what this means for your money. Deirdre, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. Americans have a lot to manage. In that last hour of trade on Friday, stocks slid to their session lows. Investors digesting the September jobs report. The Dow dropping more than 600 points, the Nasdaq lower by 3%. Most economists agree that the jobs report was strong enough to keep the Fed raising rates, which hurts Americans who need to borrow money for mortgages, car loans, or those who are carrying a credit card balance. Energy costs also going in the wrong direction for most Americans. Oil rising to a 5-week high on Friday. On that decision from OPEC Plus this week to cut supply, experts saying the decision comes in an already tight market, making it very likely that gasoline and heating oil prices go up from here. In one state, taxpayers are automatically receiving payments to combat higher costs. Technically, these payments are tax refunds. California Governor Gavin Newsom's office says they are going out to approximately 23 million residents. Qualifying Golden State residents, they're going to receive upwards of $1,000 as part of the state's middle-class tax refund program. Back to you.
All right, Deirdre, thank you. And also coming up here, we'll have some helpful advice from an expert on how to save money on your heating bills as well.
Oh, because
Jesus,
you won't be able to afford it in a month.
That's crazy.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah, that's not looking good for you guys.
No.
Your energy policies have failed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really bad.
And Gavin Newsom, once again, leader of this strange world called California, where in the midst of this massive economic meltdown, they're just dishing out thousands of dollars in cash. Just take more free money, man.
Yeah, I don't get how that's the answer. Where's the money coming from?
Isn't that why we're here? Well, you know what I mean? Look, if we can keep giving $12 billion a week to Ukraine, we should be able to cut a couple checks our way here. Right?
Nothing ever comes my way.
Have you noticed that we keep sending more money, like even quietly? I think there was like a hurricane relief bill or something that had money to Ukraine.
And more money for Ukraine.
It was insanity. What's going on here?
I don't know, man. Dude, I watched a documentary about it was like a German tank leader. He was a general of like a German tank brigade.
All right.
During World War II.
Nice.
And he was like the head of this he was one of the parts of the Eastern Front for Germany.
All right.
When they went into the Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm.
Man, unbelievable how it's so relevant to what's going on today. Because you don't even think about it, but the guy's diary is unbelievable because, first of all, these guys thought they were the civilized people, bringing civilization to the uncivilized. Right?
Yeah.
because you're coming from an industrialized Germany and you're going into like Lithuania and stuff like that, where they're still living in huts and farming.
Right.
But not only that, it's like one thing you don't realize is these countries, they didn't want to be part of Soviet Union. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of them didn't. So the Soviet Union comes in, there's mass famine, there's like these migrations, they're forced migrations to like farms and everything, the whole story and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So these people on the western edge of the Soviet Union, when Germany came in, Germany was their liberators.
Wow.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
These people, the Germans came in with the promise of, almost freedom and prosperity.
Sure,
really.
Yeah.
So like, but only for the desirables. So if you were the undesirables, the Jews, the homosexuals, the Russian supporters, you know what I mean? Well, you got forced into slavery.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you were into forced labor, you know what I mean? And so that's why. So half of these countries, the people then became elevated socially over half of the people who now became, you know what I mean?
All right.
Now just became the slaves and the garbage and just mass executions. You know what I mean? These people were just genocides and everything, right?
You created a new class system as well.
So right. So now you have half this country that loves Europe, loves the Germans, right?
All right, yeah.
But then what happens? Germany starts to fall. Now the Russians come in, and now they're the liberators, right? For the half that was undesirable.
Oh.
Right?
How the turns have tabled, my friends.
Now the turns have tabled. and now the slaves are given appointments in the government, right? And all of you Nazi sympathizers are shit on. You're the fucking peons.
Oh, man.
Right?
Yeah.
And this sets up the post-war Soviet,
okay,
which you see going into like the 90s, right?
Sure.
Or, really like the 80s and everything, where the Soviet Union now is helping these people and like they're prospering and everything. And now cut now to then the Soviet Union falls, right?
Okay.
So now these guys are kind of going back to European ways. And they're not seeing anywhere near the growth or anything that they saw during the Soviet Union. The whole point is, now you see why, like a place like Ukraine, half the people look at Europe as these genocidal maniacs.
Yeah.
And the other half look at Russia as these terrible genocidal maniacs. Right?
Yeah.
And that's why you can never get any real Ukraine is the Afghanistan of Europe.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And it's like these deep cuts that you'll never heal. And you really will never get an honest answer over, does Ukraine want to be Russia or does Ukraine want to be in the European Union? And maybe the answer is both.
Yeah. Sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
And you don't even think about that, how like depending on where you were religiously or politically, you were liberated and then enslaved. You know what I mean?
And not only that, Mike, depending on when you're born, you may not have the historical back knowledge to have maybe a valid or maybe a more rounded opinion of what's going on. You may think one is an oppressor versus the other, or vice versa.
Well, I think, in a lot of these places, all you have is what you've been taught by your family.
Yeah.
Right? And you're not going to break that.
It's interesting. And even from outside perspective, we live in a current American society where maybe we are the most historically uneducated.
Absolutely. They're using that to their advantage.
So it's easy then to sway, let's say, even the American public or general public to support one cause over the other when really neither one should be supported by America, right? I mean, we should be neutral throughout.
I think
this.
you just need to be very careful.
Look,
and we need to stop with the it's not black and white.
They want Ukraine to be a NATO country, correct? In the group, so that way we can just go full on with the World War III wet dreams that everyone has over there.
But here's the problem, and when you read the that's what this Bible or this diary blew my mind, because it's still applicable to today. Where it's like, if you really look at it, why do we want Ukraine to be part of NATO? It has nothing to do with the Ukrainian people or the country of Ukraine. No, it has everything to do with our benefit.
Oh, right? It'll be bad for the Ukrainian people of all.
It'd be terrible. No, that's what they were talking about. You look at after the Soviet Union fell. The ones that decided to go with NATO, they just got exploited.
Exactly.
Right?
Oh yeah.
They've never had a lot of these. What do I always say? Stick with the devil you know. You know what I mean?
For sure. And not only that, dude, Ukraine will become the battlefield, and all within it will be the wasteland.
Yeah, it already is. I mean, fuck. Look at it.
It doesn't look too great. I wouldn't visit.
This guy at CNN, they were like, look at this picture of Kiev before and Kiev after. And I really couldn't tell the difference. Both of them look better than New York, I'll tell you that. That's what...
And all three look better than Philly. What's going on, Philly? Clean
it up, all had man. Less garbage than Philly.
Clean it up.
Yo, Philly, dude, seriously. Hey, Rocky, go clean it up.
So we rarely talk about what's going on in Ukraine, I feel like, but lately, the nuke talk is really blowing up, for lack of a better term.
To be honest though, man, if you want to know anything about Ukraine and what's going on right now, you can't watch anything modern. You have to go watch the history of it.
Yeah.
Right?
So Rocky 4, I think Rocky 4 is a good start.
Start Rocky.
Where he beats the Russian. That's where you want to kick things off.
And then after that you want to watch True Lies.
True Lies, that's a good one. I think they do Afghanistan too in that one, so that's good.
Yeah, but they're supported by the Russian. Isn't that where they get the nuke?
I think you're right. Yeah, that's good. It's a good call.
I don't remember. It's been a long time.
It's been a long
fucking you go on Netflix, right? They got new releases, right? Or just added. It's all these originals and all these brand new movies. I went 12 movies deep into this list. You know what I ended up watching?
I can't wait.
1991, City Slickers.
Whoa, classic. Hell yeah.
You guys really need to up your game here.
I've noticed there's no good recent comedies.
Yeah.
And did you read about or see anything about the movie Bros that was released recently?
I can't believe that's a real movie.
I'm surprised. I'm excited. You know what I'm talking about.
They spent $30 million on advertising. Nobody heard about it until it tanked.
It absolutely tanked, man. And Billy Eichner, is that the guy's name? I don't know.
Yeah. I really don't like that guy. I don't know.
He's an interesting dude, and he, I guess, went on a Twitter rant about how nobody came to see Bros, but especially no straight people came, and that's why it tanked. And dude, we keep harping on this. If you focus on one group being your target audience,
Did you see the fucking dude, the trailer for it? I don't even know what this movie's about. I can't relate to it. I can't relate to any characters.
Bros is the first gay-centric romantic comedy.
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, well, so I'm not interested. No offense.
Yeah.
I'm sure a bunch of gay people are. Look, here's my point about this, is Tyler Perry didn't go on a Twitter rant because no white people went to go see the newest Medea flick.
No. Or what about this fucking, this Kingswoman Woman King?
Dude, me and I were just talking about the fucking Woman King.
Did it do good in the theater?
It doesn't matter. Her head explodes whenever I bring up Woman King because I think the non-English of it is just so mind-blowing to her. She can't handle it. She's like, no, stop saying it out loud. Don't say it.
The Woman King. It's the title. It's great.
The Woman King.
It's terrible, right? You know what I think is going to do really good? And I'm not going to go watch it. I wouldn't go watch it in theaters, but I actually can't wait for it to come out. Is they made a movie about Emmett Till.
Oh, that's an intense moment in time.
That's a historical time, right?
Yeah.
Historical moment in time. It is. It's a good story that everybody should know, right?
Everybody learns it in school, in my opinion.
Yeah, I bet you watch it.
Yeah,
you know?
maybe. Yeah, I would.
I bet you it's going to be an interesting movie.
So, The Woman King, 95% Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, for the critics?
Mike, 99% audience score. 99.
No!
Yes, sir. You guessed it.
99?
That's right.
All right. America's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say anything. I'm not seeing, like, whether or not it actually made money. But, you know, look, they like it. The audience who went to go see it liked it. That's important. All right, that's good. Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not for me. I'm not going to go out and see The Woman King. Maybe
we're not the target audience.
Might check it out on HBO. We'll see.
Probably not.
I'll be too busy watching Black Scooby-Doo on HBO Max.
That can't be a thing.
You didn't see this? They changed, instead of Shaggy, the guy's name is Norville, and it's a dude with dreadlocks.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious?
How could I make this up?
There's a Black Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, there was a Scooby-Doo with black characters now.
No way.
Yes. Yeah.
Is the dog black?
Well, I can only assume.
The black lab? Jesus Christ.
I haven't seen... They haven't...
We didn't know what to do with the dog, so we just did a Dalmatian.
Yes.
Covers both.
You didn't see this? It's called Velma, and Velma is a black chick, I guess. And then, you know, Velma's also now gay in another iteration of Scooby-Doo. You saw that, right? I'm sure people on the right...
So stupid.
Sure.
Why does everybody have to be gay?
It's just what they gotta do. I mean, I guess the kids need to know all about it, right?
God.
Right? I don't... It's kind of freaking me out lately. The Woman King. I did a deep dive on Woman King this morning, or yesterday. It was really funny. We had a great time with it.
Yeah, I guess. But when you're driving around the country in a bus with your friends, chasing ghosts, right?
Yeah.
Being gay is the least interesting about you. As a matter of fact, I know gay people. We have a gay person in our family. Being gay is the least interesting thing about them. Right?
I mean, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Well, I don't...
Like, there are all these other things that are just so much more interesting and so much better about their lives. And like, oh, and they're gay. Okay? It's the least interesting fact.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, it's funny you bring that up because I believe we live in this weird culture right now where people are obsessed with identity. And, you know...
If that's your whole identity, I feel bad for you. Because, you know what I mean? Like,
times have flipped. It's literally backwards. So, like, when we grew up, we were taught, no matter who you were... if you had different colored skin or you had a disability of any type, you were just like everybody else. And you could be just like everybody else.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were taught to not look at anyone differently if they were in a wheelchair or not or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything. We were all the same. And now we are hyper-focused on what divides us and what's different about us.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Total opposite, man.
What makes you unique?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, well, I'm a gay unicorn.
That's right.
Yes, you are, Michael. And I'm proud of you. You know?
So it's funny because I guess we grew up in a time where, I don't know, we didn't hyper focus on, individualizing ourselves from everything else or everybody else. You know what I mean? It's really the only way I can maybe understand why we grew up with stuff with black characters and, wheelchaired characters. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a big deal. It was just part of the show or whatever the hell we were watching. And now it's like, oh no, we have to have a show that's just all black people or characters, or like all of the characters are disabled in some form, and like it's just to the max.
I mean, that was the thing though, is there were shows that everybody watched. Family Matters was all black, but it was like,
look, nobody.
Even though it was an all black family, it was a black family that you could relate, that everybody could relate to.
I know, but it's just...
Does that make sense?
I know, but nobody couldn't figure out why, like, nobody watched Black Wonder Years, or, like, nobody went to go see the all-chick Ghostbusters movie.
Oh, God, that was a terrible...
But then everybody... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But then you did another Ghostbusters, and you had the mixed-race kids, and you had, all this stuff, and everyone went to see it.
But it was a movie about ghostbusting, not about women.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah, women equality.
I caught an episode of the new She-Hulk, Mike.
Is that still on?
Yes, I think it's maybe the last episode or one of the last ones. I turned it on to check out the new version of the Daredevil that they had in it.
They're still, man, they gotta drop these superheroes.
Well, dude, man. I wanted to see it. I finally wanted to get some eyes on this Hulk show, and the CGI is horrendous. It's absolutely terrible.
Dude, she goes from being 10x human size to just about a human and a half.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure. Yeah.
It was the same problem I have with the, you remember the first Hulk movie with what's his name?
With Ed Norton or...
yes.
The first one was before Ed Norton, but I can't think of the guy's name right now.
But the first one was Hawk, he was normal, whatever. But then, like, in one scene, he's jumping across the entire Nevada desert.
That's right.
In one leap, and you're like, okay. Yeah. This is a little extreme for the Marvel universe.
Yeah, no, you're right. He, like, clears the Rocky Mountains with 1 foot. It's unbelievable. Like,
I'm starting not to believe this guy that was injected with gamma rays and created superhuman strength.
Dude, I'm watching this She-Hulk, right? And she encounters the Daredevil, right? They're both superheroed up. And, of course, she outpowers him and knocks him out or whatever, and...
Not only stronger, but in a smarter way.
Smarter, more cunning.
Yeah,
faster, like everything.
And easier. It's too easy.
But you're
didn't even break a nail.
You're introducing the Daredevil. He's supposed to have the most heightened super senses. Like, come on, make him cooler for 5 seconds. No, it's a man, so he must be weaker.
You're supposed to be a dumb Hulk. You're supposed to be an embodiment of pure rage and anger.
I gotta tell you what, Mike, after watching it, I was the embodiment of pure rage and anger. Literally. I hulked my coffee table through the television set.
Yeah, they totally missed the... It has nothing to do with sexism. It's just, you guys missed the boat.
No, it does
of what
actually.
the
I'll
Hulk is.
give you a little sexism on this too. You know, they do the little catch me up, right? If you haven't seen the previous episodes, but this is the one you're watching because a lot of people just tuned in to this one for the Daredevil, right? And so they did the little quick replay of all the best scenes from the previous episodes, and the one they played for the longest was the twerk scene with Megan the Stallion. Megan U. Stallion.
Yeah,
that's what it means.
Stupid.
So I found that to be kind of like, okay, you guys are leaning into it. Like, you like it. You like not only...
That was probably the best scene of this season, to be.
And then, come on, just, okay, they spent the first episode, I guess, where she's better at everything than the Hulk, and smarter than the Hulk, who's like the third smartest character in the MCU. She's smarter, apparently. And,
No. Inhuman... Bruce Banner is the smartest person in the Marvel Universe. The Hulk is the dumbest. The Hulk is just his rage and anger. You know?
Not anymore. He's Professor Hulk now. He's Smart Hulk.
Do you know what I mean, though? They totally, like...
Oh, they
totally missed what the Hulk is.
They pussified the Hulk. That's what they did.
The Hulk literally can't think. There's only one woman on Earth who could put her hand on the Hulk and calm him down. You know? Like, because he's not even thinking. He's just pure... Come on, guys.
Oh, it's infuriating. Like, I caught the one episode. I did it for the show. I did a little homework, and my God,
you know what the most infuriating thing is? And then you read oh God, people aren't watching it because they're sexist. No, even women don't want to watch this because it's so fucking stupid.
Oh,
okay. You know who likes the Hulk? Men who grew up with the Hulk. You know?
Yeah, and also the She-Hulk is not even muscular. It's the most bizarre. I don't know what the again.
It's more of like a green avatar.
You know what it is, and you said this a while back. This is the greatest troll. I think it's literally they're just trolling the right.
Oh, maybe
it's a phenomenal troll,
dude. Did you hear about that fucking guy in Canada with the big tits?
The woodshop teacher, man.
Did you hear about this?
Enlighten me on the woodshop teacher with the giant tits, please.
There's a woodshop teacher in Canada that it went viral because he's supposedly a tranny who wears these huge, it's like size G prosthetic tits with fucking big pointy nipples, right?
That's right.
It looks ridiculous. And the school board decided that they're going to stand with him. They're not going to do anything because Canada... super liberal, right?
Call it that, yeah.
Do you know what came out about that guy?
I can't wait.
Dude, this whole thing is him trolling the left.
Brilliant.
He's not really a tranny. I guess before the pandemic, or no, during the pandemic, I don't know. Something happened like a year ago or something where this shop teacher got in trouble for like misogynistic practices.
All right.
He's a wood shop teacher.
And he likes the ladies?
He's a straight man. He's a wood shop teacher.
All right.
Right?
Yes.
He pretty much got in trouble for being too manly.
Oh, of course.
Right? It was going to get fired.
Sure.
So he did this whole thing where now he's a woman.
Oh, brilliant. This guy's a genius.
And he's the most extreme woman you could possibly be. And this is okay. To be in his whole, because if you watch the video, he's got the long wig flowing, these big tits.
I saw the image online, yeah.
It's a total safety hazard, and he's using these saws and this power equipment and everything, right?
Sure.
And that's okay. But him yelling at students for like being safe and just being a man about things.
Also, too, what I was thinking is that here's a little 4D chess. They can't fire him if he declares he's a tranny. That's discrimination.
Exactly. Dude, this is the ultimate troll.
This guy, oh, he's an absolute genius right there. That is.
And his whole thing is like, this is okay. The school board's going to stand with me on this, but they're not going to stand with me on trying to make these young boys into men.
Oh, of course.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Boys into men? Very nice.
Boys to Men.
Boys to Men. There it
Even
is.
those guys were questionable.
Yes, that's still questionable to this day, actually.
They were missing a word after that. It should have been Boys to Men, baby.
No, it was boys into men. They were boys that were into men, you know?
Now they're men into boys? Okay.
Oh, yeah, that got dark. That's right. That's actually Joe Biden's AOL screen name. I don't know if you know that. Men into boys.
Come on.
He's pedo Pete.
He doesn't touch boys, just little girls.
That's right. He's pedo Pete. He likes the girls, and especially if they're related to him.
He's very into the incest. I don't know. That's kind of weird.
It's sounding more like that diary is pretty legit, man.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I don't know about that one.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Can't hide it forever.
Who, pedo?
What?
Pedo.
Once Rand Paul takes over.
Rand Paul will be taking over. Do you think he's going to go after Biden himself or just Fauci? I think Fauci's the one big little project they got. Yeah.
I think the Republicans are going to go after the Hunter laptop.
This is true.
Whether or not they go after the diary, I don't know. But you know who's killing it? Ted Cruz, man.
What's he killing it on?
His podcast just got picked up for iHeartRadio.
All right.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Yeah, The Verdict?
Yeah, I love listening to. It's good listening to him talk.
Ted Cruz is an intelligent man. He's educated and experienced.
Very intelligent.
And
I recommend listen, don't watch. God, he's got a punchable face.
You know, could you imagine for a second just like the very smart people who have run for president but failed miserably, how successful maybe they would have been if there was no visual aspect to
prior
running?
to TV?
Like if these guys were just running on audio only, man, we probably
like the 1890 election, he probably would have won swept the states. Right.
Like, you know, we need to get rid of televising politics.
They should do first debate audio only.
How about just audio only?
Or like the cartoons.
The cartoons.
Gotta have something to entertain these sheep.
Yeah, you're right. The sheep need some sort of visual stimulus. It's very true. I went to a few shows recently where the visuals, man, they were over the top. They really lately the shows are going all in on really getting people tranced out and zoned out with the crazy visuals, man. It didn't used to be like that. It used to be you just go for the music, right? I don't know. I think people now need this like crazy ultra stimulus.
Yeah.
It's probably something to do with the CIA. I always assume it is, or some sort of demonic thing. You know, Emma's been trying to turn me on to this. I gotta look it up a little more, but apparently on TikTok and in her social media sphere, there's a lot of talk about this year's Burning Man festival and how there was this incredibly wild, demonic, like, ritual that went on. And it, like, scared the shit out of all these people that were there.
Really?
And there's all...
I thought it always was, like, a demonic...
It is, apparently, but this year, for some reason, many people, like, even famous people, have gone and posted stuff how, like, they're never going back to Burning Man and how this was the scariest thing they've ever seen. And many different people reported seeing, like, actual demonic, like, soul-like creatures, like, emanating out of the giant flame that they do, and, like...
What if it was actually just a giant screen with the premiere of Bros? Seen a lot of shit. I've seen men throw themselves into this fire, but I will never come back. Oh, the worst fucking movie I ever seen!
They were actually, what they didn't realize is they were next door to the shooting of Rust with Alec Baldwin.
Billy, for Bros 2, hire Alec Baldwin. Have him kill one of the
Yeah.
You will sell out, I guarantee it. I didn't hear anything about that. That's I don't know.
We'll have to do a little digging.
You're kind of fucked up if you're going to.
Well, here's the thing: you're there in the desert for days, and you're doing all these freaking crazy, hallucinogenic drugs. I'm not surprised you saw demons emanating out of the giant flames, but I do.
And it's not just flames; it's like a giant wooden man they set on fire.
Yeah, it's definitely like an effigy or something. There's some sort of ritual going on here. And do you remember there was one year, about 3 or 4 years ago, a guy ran into it?
No, it happens all the time.
Yeah, I think maybe it's every couple of years or so. It's a wild celebration. People are crazy.
Frank, if they report on one a year, it's probably 3-4 a year.
Yeah, you're probably right. Actually, now that I think about it, probably more than they want to admit.
Well, I saw 7. How many were real? I think 1.
That's right. Yeah, but that's apparently, what's going on. A lot of famous people go to Burning Man too, So
what kind of asshole are you? Where you're like, I went to this place in the middle of the desert to just rock out on drugs for 3 days. And, I was really kind of offended by what I saw there.
Yeah, that's right. They really crossed the line.
What did you think was going to happen?
Now that I think about it, I think there's some demonic shit going on in that thing.
There's some really real weirdos out there.
Yeah. As I was standing there and totally nude, dancing on acid, I thought, man, I'm surrounded by some weird freaks, man. Better get out of here.
Yeah, it was nothing unusual about Burning Man. What happened is you got older and you started to realize, this is not cool.
Yeah.
You went there with a 40-year-old brain instead of a 20-year-old brain.
That's funny. And then you saw an 18-year-old walking around with her tits out, and you got a little concerned with yourself, and you hightailed it out of there. That's literally what happened.
Yeah, come on, man. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
No, I'm telling you, I'll do a little dive. I'll find a clip or two. I'm sure Emma has sent me a few links, but her links are kind of these chicks on, TikTok explaining their experiences, these valley girls from, California.
So they just went there not knowing what they were going to see.
Kind of what I think. They took a little mushroom or something for the first time, and
it's going to be just like a bonfire in the valley. Yeah, let's go.
Yes, and then they saw, a 55-year-old dude walking around with his dong hanging out and freaked him out.
With his ball sack down to his knees.
They went home and said they saw demons.